Hey, it's me, past SMIBB from 2005. Man, oh boy, I love my little red shock trooper right here, one of the best minifigures ever. Nothing is possibly wrong and pretty accurately detailed. And also, I found this amazing little Imperial Shuttle mini build right here, this little mini set from 2004, the previous year that this existed in. And now I'm going to make an entire YouTube channel because YouTube just existed. This is so fantastic. Why aren't we celebrating the 20-year anniversary of LEGO YouTube? Because I'm the first YouTuber to have done this. So now this is going to be even more exciting because I'm going to finally go see Revenge of the Sith in theaters. This is insane because this is the true one-day anniversary of the Revenge of the Sith. That is what we're talking about today. But oh no, there's only one problem. I already got the movie spoiled. I just finally got my PS2 Slim and now I can finally play my new Revenge of the Sith for the PS2. But oh no, it already came out and I already saw all the cutscenes, even the alternative endings. So wait, is there gonna be more than one ending to this movie? And you know what? I can't wait to see and wonder, what will SMIBB think in 20 years from now?
Hey y'all, SMIBB here, and today is finally so exciting because I'm going to see The Force Awakens in theaters, and I just got this amazing new gift with purchase poly bag. I cannot wait to see where Star Wars is going to be going in the future. It's been 10 years since the last movie came out, and I remember doing a review on it on this channel 10 years ago. It is going to be so wonderful to see what I'm going to think about all of this in another 10 years. Hey y'all, I'm a jaded mountain YouTuber that's gonna complain about everything. Today is the true 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith. This is not just a big moment for Star Wars fans, but LEGO Star Wars fans alike, as 20 years ago was also when LEGO came out with a slew of sets that came out, with some of the best sets that have ever come out, from the Revenge of the Sith wave back in 2005. And so you would think 20 years later, LEGO would go all out, especially since 10 years ago was when the Force Awakens sets came out, and also back in 2014, 2015, there was probably some of the biggest waves that we've ever gotten from Star Wars before. So this year, Star Wars is celebrating Revenge of the Sith's 20th anniversary through every toy line except for LEGO. And LEGO doesn't even have the branding for the Revenge of the Sith 20th anniversary, which is kind of funny because I would sit here and think, hey, Mr. SMIBB, why wouldn't you buy a Revenge of the Sith related set to have for review for this momentous occasion? I sat here and I'll tell you right now, I'm good, because I wanted the Rebel U-Wing Starfighter, and also, I was almost tempted to go for that $160 value and get those Clone Cadets, because honestly, those Clone Cadets are pretty sick, though, sitting back and thinking about it, they're probably gonna go for like $40, $50 for that whole set anyway when it's on like aftermarket, you know, so it's like, and it already is, look at it right now, baby, you could just straight up buy the set. So like, I had no desire to just go out and right out buy it regardless. So yeah, that's kind of my thing right now. I did, however, get another Polybag Millennium Falcon. We love the Millennium Falcon Polybag because we already reviewed it on this channel. So now I have a second one. So I'm kind of tempted to see if I'm gonna do this as like a giveaway, maybe like a live stream. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Yeah, we'll probably give this away to some lucky viewer out there. So we're just gonna put this aside for a second right now because I want to talk about Star Wars this year, but also talk about this magnificent Rebel U-Wing in the process. Now let's get this crummy little box out of the way here as we're gonna show off a little bit of this epic U-Wing right here. Now I'm such a big fan of Andor Season 2, and in fact I might just do a whole separate video about the entire Season 1 and Season 2 as a whole because I have a lot of thoughts to say. But because I'm such a huge fan of Andor right now that I had to just get this set. I did not get the little like transport dropship from like 2022 with like Luthen and Cyril and all that. I kind of missed out, and I'm probably gonna have to get that now anyway, even though I know it just retired too. But it's gonna be such a great accompany piece, especially with this set right here. And I'm gonna be honest, I know there's a lot of complaints with this set, but I love it. I absolutely adore this U-Wing. I've actually always wanted the U-Wing since 2016, since Rogue One came out, and I know that one's like such a much bigger model. I remember all my friends, like one of my friends had that set, and I was just like drooling at the mouth trying to like, oh, I need to get this one day. And then I'm like, oh, they're gonna do a smaller scale version of it, akin to like the X-Wing and TIE Fighter and like all like the smaller variants of starships that come out since 2021. And honestly, I'm in love with it. For $70, not that bad. I did use insider points though, so I got it for like around $60 actually, plus with the additional points that I got after buying this, because I think it was like double insider points, whatever it was for this, and then also the Millennium Falcon polybag. So I kind of figured, hey, this is pretty worth it already. But also, I'm going to be graduating, and as of this video coming out too, I'll be graduating the week that this video has already been released, so I would already been graduated. So that's already crazy. So I kind of wanted to treat myself a little bit, especially because I wanted to treat myself to Alan Tudyk. Look at that. Now I can focus on Alan Tudyk. This is how much quality we're putting into SMIBB bricks right now. So right here we have the K2SO minifigure, and I know it's not changed as much since the 2016 variant, but this is seriously one of my favorite droid little minifigures that I've ever gotten. I love the little head mold. I love the torso right here, and the Imperial symbol that's on the side of him right there, on both sides of his arms right there. Pretty sick. They use the new Battle Droid legs. I'm pretty sure the Super Battle Droid leg molds. I'm pretty sure it's just the black variant of it too, which is pretty sick, pretty gnarly. A great minifigure for my collection and not yours, okay? This isn't your collection, this is my collection. Get used to it. This is a SMIBB brick channel and only SMIBB brick can enjoy this. Now, in all honesty, too, this was actually the minifigure I was actually the most excited for, honestly, which was the Dedra minifigure. She's one of my... Now, this is actually the minifigure I'm actually been most excited for because she's like one of my favorite characters, especially after season 2 now. And this is kind of a crazy character to put in just kind of like a set now. This is kind of akin to how I felt about like that like Rocket Raccoon from Guardians Volume 3 set, where it's like, it's such like a tragic scene in the movie that like, I'm like, okay, that's kind of an out there pick for Lego to pick. Dedra's that kind of character where like, this is such like an adult drama and she's such like a very serious and like a character that you wouldn't see a lot in Star Wars, and it's just kind of funny that like this is like they finally made a minifigure of her kind of thing, right? Like, I don't know, I think that's kind of funny and I think that's kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. But her torso print is like just fantastic, honestly, and like the little like hair bob that she has right here too, like very pristine and proper. This is just kind of one of the best Imperial troopers like that Lego's ever made, honestly. I'm in love with it. She's pretty freaking awesome. Now the ISB Trooper is pretty interesting because I felt like it would be pretty similar to how like Dedra looks, and honestly like it is such a unique trooper variant, honestly, because like the little armor that it has right here is probably never going to get used again here. Like this is probably going to be the only ISB Trooper we'll probably just ever get, and it's also weird because it's a type of trooper that we've never seen, because most of the time, you know, like Imperial troopers are going to have like helmets and stuff like that, but this is like more of like akin to like an officer. I know this is in like the 3rd and 4th arc for Andor season 2, and especially like it's very similar to like the Ferric scenes at the end of Andor with like the little like riot shields and all that. But I think this is pretty spot on, and honestly just a really cool inclusion to add to this set, honestly, because I'm gonna feel like we're never gonna get this trooper variant ever again. But yeah, the star of the show is Cassian Andor, obviously. Like this is just a fantastic figure. This is a season 2 variant, and it is a little bit different than a season 1 variant, but I'm pretty sure the head is about the same. I'm pretty sure it hasn't like changed, but like I know like the new like Rebel casual like attire is from the season 2 arc, and I'm loving it. I don't even have that much to say, honestly. I'm just glad to finally have a Cassian Andor in my collection after all this time, which is crazy because like I love Rogue One and I love season 1, and it's funny that I never even went to like even go get any of those sets. I don't even have that many of those sets because I finally have the U-Wing. Look at that focus, baby. And I'm not going to go over crazy much because at this point you already know the reviews, you already seen it, and if this is your first time review, then get out of here, because look at that, bada bing bada boom, the wings flap open. That is pretty sick, I ain't gonna lie to you, Chief, right there. And also, you can close it back in, you can open the little doors right here, and bada bing bada boom, you have an interior space, which is pretty nick. You can put a little minifigure in there. I'm breaking canon because Dedra's in the U-Wing, and then you can open up the cockpit, you put that K2SO in there, and bada bing bada boom. Look at that, you got a really freaking awesome set. And also, loading ramp in the back, and it goes... It doesn't open. Oh wait, no, it does open. There we go. And it opens and doesn't go anywhere. So that's pretty freaking epic. You could put your Cassian Andor in there, and there you go. Now it's a canon set, so I love it so much. And also, what set could be complete without the brick separator? Now, the brick separator is always the most fascinating part of any build, in my opinion, because I'm just glad that we're finally getting in 500-piece Lego sets, which I think might be the only 10th time they've ever done this, because I keep count here on SMIBB of how many times a Lego separator is in a 500-piece Lego set. And if you want to fact check me, then you're wrong. Shut up. Now, I'm not going to say too much about spoilers of Andor Season 2 and also Tales of the Underworld. I actually might just do a whole separate video on that and blah, blah, blah. However, I'm going to say this, though. It's kind of crazy that, like, in a year where it's very Revenge of the Sith related, there actually isn't, like, that much of a push to really put out a lot of sets for specifically Revenge of the Sith. Not to say there isn't any, though, but, like, I kind of, like, expected, like, this is kind of like a typical year for LEGO Star Wars. And honestly, this is kind of tracking down to be a pretty great year for getting some LEGO sets right now. Not gonna lie. Maybe not the best year, but I'm not gonna lie to you. This is a fantastic set, and I would actually recommend this to anyone that's a big fan of Andor Season 2 right now, or just Rogue One, period, or has just wanted to get a U-Wing. And I'll say this too, if you really just want to wait on buying this set, yeah, absolutely, $70, I don't know about you cheap, but this was kind of a little something special that I wanted to get for myself. And so for that, honestly, I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it to buy any set that you really want to buy. If you're someone that's going to go out and buy every single set, then I'd be like, okay, go and wait. If you're a little like tight on money right now, yeah, go and wait. This set will be on sale, hopefully for like $60, $55 eventually, right? You'll find some Amazon sales later this year. But for anyone that like just really wants to get this set, you're getting 4 amazing figures in a really phenomenal build. I don't care what anyone else says because I'm here to speak my truth. And the SMIBB truth is that this is a good set. And honestly, most sets are pretty good. And you should just buy the sets that you want to enjoy. And if you don't like a set, just don't buy it. Just don't buy it. I am not calling out anyone here, by the way. Or am I? Because SMIBB wants to start beef, and I'm not going to tell you who I'm starting beef with right now, but I'm going to say that if I'm starting beef with anyone right now, you would know. The audience knows. So comment what beef we're going to be starting right now, and that's how much we show our love and support here on the Brick channel here. So there you go. Take it away, SMIBB. All in all, I really just wish that Revenge of the Sith this year would have gotten the celebration it truly deserved, especially since we really focused a lot on Phantom Menace last year, and the year before that was the true 20th anniversary of Clone Wars, which was more specifically the 2003 Clone Wars show, which they didn't even release any sets for, blah blah blah. And all the other toy lines already have the 20th anniversary logo, and this is all like things that everyone else has already said. I don't need to be saying all of it. We already all know this. But I really do think it's kind of a shame. Even a shame that we didn't even get like anything for Force Awakens that much this year either, which I know like a lot of the sequel, blah blah blah, all that other stuff too. But these are things where I'm like kind of surprised that LEGO never took advantage of, especially just because they actually made a lot of Revenge of the Sith sets for this year, or more adjacent to Revenge of the Sith, and they already had the 20th anniversary special come out for theatrical release. I mean, they were already releasing it in theaters for the true 20th anniversary anyway, which today is the actual true 20th anniversary, which is why I wanted to make this video right now, because it's a movie that's all near and dear to our hearts. Please, do not ask what SMIBB was doing in 1998, alright? It was just a terrible, terrible time.
I SMIBB the brick. Yay! I just wanna... Where's the polybags? I can't help myself.